Good evening and welcome to another edition of Our Sky Tonight at Home. I am Patrick Rowley here at the James E. Richmond Science Center in our planetarium dome theater, all alone. I miss seeing all of your faces, but this is a very safe way for us to continue the tradition of doing our planetarium shows. This time, though, you get to be in the comfort of your own home. So that's a pretty cool thing for you, I guess. All right. Now, so tonight we'll be looking at a lot of cool things. We'll be looking at the Perseid meteor showers that are coming up this week. We'll also be looking at some planets and the moon and Mars. And if you are able to get one of the science or star show, sky show, at-home kits, that includes a make-at-home telescope. And looking at the moon or Mars, because they're relatively close, would be a great way to use those make-at-home telescopes. So we'd like to get feedback on how well they work for you. If you'd like to leave comments on or pictures of you using those telescopes, that would be great as well. We look forward to that. Now, we'll also be looking at constellations and asterisms, big and small. Big asterisms like the Summer Triangle, as well as very small ones like the Teapot. Now, speaking of the Teapot asterism is part of a larger constellation. So this is your first chance to win a prize. If you know the name of the constellation that the Teapot is a part of, if you're on Facebook Live watching right now, the first person to put in the Facebook Live comments the name of that constellation, you will win a prize from our gift shop. All right. Now, we also like to do more door prizes. And normally, if you come to one of the shows, you get a ticket. Obviously, again, nobody here, so we don't have tickets. But what you can do is just leave a comment on Facebook Live if you're watching there, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment there as well, all right? And then we will compile all the names together and we'll draw 3 and you'll win a prize. We'll contact you and let you know that you've won so we can send the prize to you as well. Now, again, that's any comment. All you have to do is say hi or say, hi, I'm watching from blank, so that we know where you are from. That's good information for us to have, and interesting for everybody else watching to kind of see where people are watching the sky show from. Tonight, I'll be using a software that I used before called Stellarium, and it's a free software that you can get on your own computer. So it's a way for you to explore the stars, planets, and constellations at home on your own as well. So one thing is for sure, we definitely miss seeing your faces here at the Science Center for the sky shows, for field trips, and for our dome movies and the fun events. We also miss seeing all of the students' faces for their field trips as well. And when it's safe to do so, we look forward to seeing all of your faces, adults, students on field trips, back here at the Science Center once it's safe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, so the first thing we'll do is we are looking in the kind of northern or really northwestern sky here out over the ocean. And we can see the sun over here off towards the west about to set. It's 7 o'clock this evening. And sunset tonight is at 8:08 p.m. So I will put our clock in motion now and allow our sun to go ahead and set and allow us to see our dark skies and some stars. All right, so now we're getting close to about 10 o'clock. All right, so just past 10 there. And at this point, we don't see the moon. We need to kind of spin the sky around a bit. We can see our Milky Way there. All right, and the thing is that we don't see the moon because it hasn't risen yet. All right, so if we look more towards the eastern sky, we should start to see the moon rise as we go further into the evening. There we go. Oh, went too far. All right, so there's our moon up there, okay? And at this point, we're in a waning gibbous, all right? It's close to a quarter, third quarter, but we're in the waning gibbous, and it's so that means the light on the moon is waning away. It's getting smaller, okay? So the first thing I want to move into is about 24 hours from this point now, which is August the 11th. I want us to go into August 12th. So I can just do that really quick down here. And again, this is the Stellarium software, which is free for you to download on your computer as well. Allows you to explore the night sky. All right, so now we can see the moon there. We need to actually back this up closer to midnight. So let's kind of bring our clock back. All right, so we're close to midnight now, a little before, and we're going to head right over here. And I have areas of meteors kind of highlighted, and we can see where it says Perseids right here, Perseids. And so that's a meteor shower that will be peaking on the morning of the 12th, all right? So kind of after midnight. So if I put our clock into motion again, and we go towards midnight, we'll start to see, it'll be dark enough at this point, but you'll notice that our moon is over here, okay? And so that is going to maybe impede the viewing of some of these meteors. So if you go out, as long as you kind of go out before the moon rises too much above the horizon, you have a better chance of seeing these Perseids. Now, but the thing is with the moon is that it kind of helps guide you to what you're looking at here, all right? So you're going to be looking in the northeastern sky. You'll see the moon just above the horizon, and kind of the slant of the moon is pointing right up towards our Perseid showers there. Nearby, you can find the constellation here, Cassiopeia, the Queen, and then nearby, on the other side of where it says Perseids, we can see Perseus, okay? And so that's actually the constellation that the Perseids are named after, all right? And it's right in between Cassiopeia and Perseus. And again, the moon kind of can help point your way there as well. Now, this software kit doesn't really show the meteors radiating out from the Perseids point there, but that's where you should look. And with this year, we're expecting about 40 to 50 per hour. As long as you have pretty clear skies, it's dark enough for you, and you go out before the moon rises too much and brightens up the sky too much as well. And again, this is the morning, pre-morning, basically pre-sunrise of the 12th of this week, of this month. So some other things that we can see in the night sky at the same time period, if we're looking kind of on the dark side of the moon, of our waning gibbous moon, it's pointing up towards Mars here. And if we look on the other side of the moon, the more illuminated side, and later into the evening, in the pre-sunrise time period, we can find Venus as well. Now, Mars sort of, but more the moon here and Venus, being that those are the two brightest objects in the sky besides the sun, would be a great opportunity to use the telescopes that some of you were able to get with our Sky Show kits, or Sky Show at Home kits. Sorry, we ran out pretty quickly. If we do this again, which I think we will, we'll have to be sure to order some more kits. Hopefully everybody was able to receive them in time. Due to the school being closed because of Hurricane Isaias last week, it kind of delayed getting our shipment out. And so the moon would be a great way to use your telescopes. If you don't have a telescope from one of our kits, if you have your own, if you have a pair of binoculars, looking at the moon and looking at Venus would be a great way to use them, all right? And the thing is that as we progress over the next few evenings, the moon will get closer and closer to Venus. However, you'll notice the moon is getting less illuminated, becoming more of that classic crescent or toenail-shaped moon as it passes by Venus. Now remember, the moon and Venus are not actually very close to each other in the sky. The moon is our moon for Earth, so it's very close to us, right? And it's actually, Venus is about 280 times the distance of the Earth to the moon away from Earth, all right? So it's pretty far away compared to the moon to Earth, all right? Now, I've stopped it here on the 15th, but we're in the early morning hours, and we're going to try to move it up a little more towards the daytime. The sun's out and everything, right? But we, at this point, should still be able to see the moon, all right? So this is closer to like around 9 o'clock in the morning. And you should be able to see the moon. And if you look carefully, all right, with your telescope or with binoculars, you may be able to see Venus, assuming there's no clouds in the way. Again, this is on the 15th, all right? So this week on the 15th, you look for the daytime moon around 9 o'clock in the morning, all right? And very close to the moon will be Venus. And you might be even able to see Venus during the day, which is not something we're able to do very often. You'll definitely need to have a telescope or binoculars, though, to see that. And again, no clouds. So we're going to go forward a few nights now to about the 19th, okay? So next week. And go to that evening. All right, so now I've moved the sky more into the southern sky. Moved ahead to next week to the 19th. And at this point, you may be able to see Saturn and Jupiter. There's two bright objects in the sky. We're looking currently at around almost 10:30 in the evening. And we're looking for the Milky Way here. Now, if you're living in the middle of Waldorf, you likely are not able to see this because there's too much light pollution. In order to see this, you would probably need to be more in a more rural area or have a power outage. I think you'd rather just go to a more rural area. What we're looking for, though, is a constellation in this general area. Hold on, give me 1 second. Right in there. And this one is known as Sagittarius, the Archer. Now, earlier in the show, during the introduction, I mentioned the teapot asterism, and the fact that it is part of a larger constellation, an official constellation. Well, the correct answer is Sagittarius, all right? So let me get rid of the art here. And so the teapot asterism is right through here. Following my cursor, you have the handle, the lid and the spout, and then the body of the teapot. All right, and so that is the teapot asterism, and the spout here is just kind of pointing right to the center, right in the middle of the Milky Way. There is basically looking right dead center at the center of our Milky Way galaxy, from our perspective here on Earth. If you kind of follow that spout there from the teapot portion of the Sagittarius asterism. So that's a small asterism, right? We can also look at a larger asterism as well. All right, so at this point in the year, the summer triangle is almost like straight up in the sky. So we were kind of further down here looking at the Sagittarius, right? And so farther up here, all right, we have Cygnus the Swan, Aquila, and Lyra. All right, so these stars, these really bright stars here, all right, are the ones that make up the summer triangle. We have Deneb there, Altair, and Vega. All right, and those make up the summer triangle. All right, and it's called the summer triangle because during the summer it's pretty much straight up in the sky, pretty easy to see with relatively bright stars on there making up that as well. All right, then we have the 3 constellations I mentioned that are part of that summer triangle as well. So lots to see in the summer sky, especially this week with the Perseid meteor shower over here, remember? In the kind of north or northeastern sky. And that would be looking on the 12th, 13th of this week, the mornings just after midnight, before sunrise. Sometime is the best time to see those. And again, I'm missing your actual faces at the Science Center, and one day we'll be back once it's safe to do so. Until then, I'll see you on the internet. Have a good one. Bye.